Welcome to the bookstore of PLCE University, the virtual international institution dedicated to assisting learners to master the world of programmable logic controllers and industrial automation. Our new product is a MLGX1K enhanced lab station with special inputs. We are introducing a new product in this little short video. That new product is going to be an updated version of the MLGX lab station. In the beginning we had something like this. Now this is an L16 MLGX1000, which means it has 10 inputs and 6 outputs. And this simulator card is really designed for this processor. You can see it has toggle switches and it fits comfortably under these terminals, and you see 24 volts DC. This, since this is a 115 volt processor, we have 24 volts DC out to power the inputs and fed back into here. However, we didn't use this processor. Well, historically, we went from a power supply with a simulator circuit card and on a DIN rail to a black plastic box with a 24 volt DC power jack, with just the 6 toggle switches, not with the lights and push buttons, just with the 6 toggle switches. Then we changed to this format. It's a little bit lower profile, as you can see, a little bit less cumbersome for taking with you to Starbucks or Panera Bread, and you plug in your wall wart, 24 volt DC wall wart, and voila, there's your lab station, of course, the PMO2 cable. We still have this product in the bookstore, but it is now being replaced with the new MLGX1000 lab station. And the new MLGX1000 lab station, which also requires the PMO2 cable, is still the same processor. It's the 1761 L10BXB. And the reason that we stick to 24 volts DC is for safety reasons. You can see on this processor model, you have 110 volts here. That is a dangerous voltage to have around children or people who are not conscious of contact. These can come loose, short out. There's just a lot of problems with 115 volts. So I stick to 24 volts DC on pretty much everything that I do for safety reasons. So this is a 24 volt DC model. And we've made several improvements. One is obviously in the looks. You see the box is professionally machined and then professionally printed with labels on the inputs and the outputs. Whereas this only had the 6 toggle switches, unlabeled, but this will do the job. What has not changed is the manual. Originally we had Basics, Advanced 1, and Advanced 2. They were 3 separate manuals. We put it all into one. So it's not quite 200 pages step by step that takes you through all of the instructions that this processor supports. In addition to that, we have video lecture discussions for Basics, Advanced 1, and then there were so many for Advanced 2 we had to put it on 2 discs. More importantly, on the 5th disc, the information disc, there is demo software on here. RS-Links Lite, Micro Starter Lite, which is RS-Logix 500, but it's a Micro Starter Lite version, and then also 500 Emulate. So all 3 of those demo software packages are on this disc. This disc really gives the value to this disc set, because these videos, for the time being, are all free on YouTube. What do we mean by special inputs? Notice that input 0, a maintained toggle switch, currently is in the off position, maintained off. If we flip the switch up, it's maintained on. However, we have this toggle switch in a special circuit that if it's off, you have normally open push button. If it's closed, you have normally closed push button. So in other words, if the toggle switch is down, you can operate a push button for input 0 that gives you a momentary on. If it's in the upper position, on, where it says normally closed, NC, then you can use the push button as normally closed. So it gives you normally open and normally closed. So you have both maintained off, maintained on, momentarily normally open, and momentarily normally closed. How do we do that? With this lit push button. So you notice the labeling is in, out, 0. So that's input 0 and output 0. The light inside the button, the lit push button, is output 0. However, the push button has a Form C contacts for normally open and normally closed in a circuit with input 0 toggle switch to give you all 4 possibilities. Now, right above that red push button is a green push button of identical type. However, only the normally open push button is wired in parallel with input 1. So input 0 and input 1 are both special enhanced inputs. This opens up a lot of opportunity for clarity in understanding a normally closed input field device and using the state of that bit memory with a true if off instruction. This product is currently available in the bookstore. Thanks for watching this clip.